Hello friends, I'm Dee, about to react to this bid by Hello You Seen. It's titled The XXL Freshman List Officially Died This Year, RIP. Rest in peace, okay? It is done. It is over. I have felt it this year for sure. I didn't even finish reacting to the shit. I started and then I stopped. And actually, around the time I stopped, I was leaving for Europe anyway. So I already had a lot of shit going on. So part of me forgot. But even when I was in Europe and I remembered, I still refused to just finish it because I was like, it's just so whack this year. Like, I really don't want to continue this. I remember skimming through a freestyle. I think it was Lola and a couple other niggas. Maybe it was a nigga with the chalk around his fucking hairline. I don't know. But I remember thinking, like, this is terrible. I'm not watching this. I don't want to. And I'm only reacting to shit that I'm interested in. Okay? Throw that out there, too, to y'all who be requesting bids. Make sure you request the stuff that you think I'm gonna like. Because if I don't like it, I ain't gonna watch it. It has to be a mutual interest here. I'm not about to just sit here and watch some stupid shit that y'all want to see, but that I don't. That's a sidebar. Anyway, yeah. So freshman XXL trash now. They gotta do better at finding better people. But maybe it's just because the rap has been so trash lately. These new artists have been whack. Who we got for next year on the list? It's gonna be Sexy Red, Sexy Goddamn Red, and a few other niggas with chalk around their fucking hairlines. I'm over it. I'm tired of it. But let's hear what he has to say. Let's watch.
What's poppin', y'all? 2023 is the year that I can say officially that the XXL freshman class is dead. People say this every year, and they have been saying it.
That episode. Hairline, Squidward's, hopes and germs. SpongeBob is iconic.
6 to 7 years, but the reason why I 100% believe it this year, and this is the first year where I will admit that it's dead, is because nobody cares. And I'll get into expanding on that. But first, I just want to go over who the people are, what I think of them, or how they've come across to me, and then we'll go on from there. So the first guy is Finesse 2 Times. Finesse 2 Times is a name that I've seen so often, but it feels like I'm seeing it because they're putting it in front of my face.
Exactly.
I've never seen somebody, a random person, talk about Finesse 2 Times on my feed, mention him to me, talk about a song that he's done, nothing. I just see his
I've only seen him on the Shade Room. People saying he was
it feels like they're spending a ton of money
he got
to
a
put it in front of
perm?
my
Alright,
face.
I'm done.
And I'm just kind of like just fighting the urge to think, is this guy an actual rapper or not? Lola Brooke, no idea who this person is, never heard of her. And
what? Alright. Now you capping. Okay, maybe you haven't heard of the name, but everybody knew Don't Play With It. That song was massive. Like, stop playing with me. Stop playing with her.
Me not hearing about these people or not knowing about them isn't the reason why it's dead. I'm just reviewing this first so we kind of have a basis of who's on the list. Lola Brooke, never heard of her. Nothing. I absolutely know nothing about her. Rob49, I equate this guy to, I don't know who came first, him or Real Boston Richie, but I feel like he's the real Boston Richie of this year. Whereas Boston Richie kind of blew up, was it the beginning of this year or end of last year? It felt like the end of last year when Boston Richie blew up, and then this guy is kind of just, not a clone of him, but the same archetype of character. I've never heard a song from him. I've seen his name. Prior to Utopia, I couldn't name you a single song by this guy.
He on Utopia?
Friday. I don't think I've ever even seen this name. I have no idea who this guy is. Never heard of him at all. Glorilla, obviously one of the biggest acts to blow up last year. It feels like her steam fell through, especially after Ice Spice took over. I still think she's popular, but she's a...
No, Sexy Red replaced her like that, which is wild.
Anyone that's signed to Yo Gotti's CMG, they are far less popular than they appear to be. That team spent, because for example, 42 Doug, he seemed like he was one of the hottest things out, right? He gets locked up. There's not even a free 42 Doug movement. You're like, yo, what happened to that guy?
I actually like his name.
Yeah, because they stopped spending marketing dollars. And when they stop spending marketing dollars, nobody's paying attention and nobody's caring. Too Rare, I've actually heard this name before. That's all I can tell you. Never heard a song, never had someone recommend me a song. I just know that this guy exists. Sleazy World Go. I know this guy had a song. I don't think I've listened to the song yet. But man, oh man, they were pushing this guy like crazy for about 60 days straight. You just couldn't escape him being on your feet. Sleazy World Go this, Sleazy World Go that, Sleazy World Go this. So this is another product of what it feels like to be heavy marketing. I don't know how organic it is. It does seem like he has more fans, I would say, than a Finesse 2 Times. Just gauging off of comments and what people talk about. But I've never heard of him again after that one song. Central C's the biggest guy on here, and he's from the UK, which just goes to show kind of an embarrassment.
And he didn't even do the freestyle shit, right? Like, because I was looking. That's what I wanted to see, actually, and I couldn't find him. So I don't think he did the actual freestyle ciphers with everybody.
The US.
He was like, man, this shit whack. I got a show to do. I got a song to do with Drake, and that's exactly what he did. That's my shit, by the way. On the radar, I play that all the time.
The hottest guy on the XXL freshman list is from the UK. Nothing bad to say about this guy. Really good rapper, makes good music, stays out the way, is popping somewhat. He's not really popping in the US, but everyone in the US knows him. He's had some good looks. This guy should have turned it down. Well, I don't know if he should have turned it down because it's a good look for the American market, and it doesn't harm him at all. And it's kind of probably big in the UK too. They're like, yo, this is the first guy since who? Stefflon Don, I think, to make it on here. So, well, not the first guy, but the first rapper since Stefflon Don from the UK to make it on here. So it's probably good for him. But if he turned this down, it wouldn't be a surprise at all. It's like, yeah, you're way bigger than all of these people. Boston Richie, this guy signed a huge deal. He had the whole snitching allegations, all of that stuff going on. I don't know if you believe that. That's your case. He had some big songs. This guy had a wave. But it feels like that the wind was gone from his sails because where's real Boston Richie been in the past 3 to 4 months? Has anybody talked about him after the snitching thing? I don't know. Are people still listening to him? Maybe. Maybe they're silently listening and they're just like, yo, we just mess with this guy's music. We don't feel the need to talk about it. You know, we'll pull up when he's got a show or something like that. But real Boston Richie does not feel as poppin' as he was pre-snitching. This Tyler guy, I've seen him a lot. Never heard a single song ever, except for I think that one song that he did with DDG, which was a nightmare, which was a DDG song originally. So that song was terrible, but I'm not judging him based off of a song that he was on with DDG. This kid's like, what, 16, 17, something like that? He's popping off. I would say organically, other than Central C. This guy seems to have the strongest following, and perhaps that's because his following is younger, so they talk about him more and they kind of spread his name out there more. So yeah, this guy's, I know who he is. Tia Corinne, I've seen this name. Is this the girl that was, I don't know if this is the girl that was signed to TDE, or is that a different name? I have to look it up.
No, that's dope.
Or am I too lazy? It's a good question. This girl is, I know who she is. That's not but I'm wondering why do I know who she is? Or how do I know who she is? I've never seen her in my life. Yeah, I don't know. I've seen this name. I don't know. I don't think she's the girl signed to TDE. I think you guys know who I'm talking about the new girl on TDE. And so this is probably not her. DC the Don, this guy's been rapping for a while. He probably should have made it several years ago. He's got his own wave going. Nothing bad to say there. Now, who are these people? The freshman list is dead this year isn't because of the people that are on it. It's because I didn't even care to think or look up who was on it, number one. I didn't see the freshman cipher or anything come out or any of the freestyles show up on my page, whether it was positive or negative. I didn't care to look them up. I still haven't looked them up. I listened to the AMP cipher with Kai Cenat before I listened to this thing. That's just how little I care right now. And that's how you know. That's how you know they falling off. When this cipher was bigger than XXL.
Creators are replacing celebrities like shit. It's wild at an alarming rate.
For example, these past years, you can name a moment, whether it was, the Lil Mosey freestyle or the Coil Ray freestyle, or there was some moment that made you pay attention. That's when you positively cared, but you paid attention. You were like, that was the moment of that year. What was the moment of this year? I guarantee most people don't even know that this list happened. I didn't know for a while until people were like, this thing, the XXL list happened. I was like, wait, what? And I just had zero urge. It was just indifference. And that's when something is dead, when people are indifferent towards it. If there's a lot of positivity, if there's a lot of hate, if there's mixed reactions, that's a good place to be. But when people don't care, which is what I feel like this year 100% was, people just did not care. That is when you're in trouble. That's why I say this is dead. So if people don't care this year, why would they care next year? And could it be because they don't have a very charismatic, kind of out there artist on the list that people were going to pay attention to, and that artist did something crazy or something foolish or had a terrible freestyle? Probably. But I think it's just the fact that people don't care, which also tends to another video that I just uploaded, which is hip-hop dying. If nobody even cares to look at the XXL freshman list, not to hate on it, not to love it, they don't even care to look. and this is one of the
think I
staples
do.
of the
Maybe
year
I do.
of hip hop, then is hip hop dying? I would have to say that's got to be one of the elements of it dying. How can XXL come back from this? I have no idea. Really don't know. I don't think it's their fault. I think they've been putting together lists with what they can, with what artists are out there.
Yeah, you can only put out new artists.
Pretty sure we're really good lists. Like a lot of those artists went to do big things and are still relevant today. Yeah. It's just a shame that, and I can't describe why I didn't care. And probably for some of you guys that didn't even tap into it, you probably can't describe either why you didn't look into it.
I will articulate it right now. Rap is dying, okay? Rap is very boring right now. These new artists who are coming out, there is nothing interesting about them at all. They cannot rap. They have no intriguing flow, nothing that pulls you in. So we are not excited about the new talent that's coming out at all. So of course that's going to translate to XXL because they, display all of these new artists, and nobody cares about all of these new rap artists that are coming out. They all sound the same. None of their music is that great. We're just not into it. We're not interested. Hip hop needs something. It needs people who actually have talent, and these labels are just not signing people who are actually talented. That's just what it is. I don't know. Oh, now you wanna. So that is my take on the situation. That's how I feel about it. Y'all tell me how y'all feel though. Let me know what other videos you want me to watch, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.